So in this video, we're talking about probability without replacement. So basically what we're doing for this whole paper is we're going to find one probability, and then something's going to be taken away for the second part of the problem, and it's going to affect our second probability that we have to get here. So let's check this out in action. So you see this first one says, find each probability. If you pick a card, do not replace it. That is important. We're not going to replace it. And then pick a second card. So this first one says you're going to try to get a black card first. You come over here and look at our picture. And you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 black cards out of a total of 8. So you write in your fraction. 5 eighths times. Now, like I said, it says you do not replace the cards. Each time you're only taking out one of anything. It doesn't matter what section we're on, whether we're doing cards or marbles or whatever. You're only taking out one each time. So when I did this in class with all my other students in years past, we always kind of put our thumb over it like this right here. If I was drawing on the board, I'd cover it with my hand, something like that. Because we took out one black card, and it says now we're going to try to figure out probably we choose a white card out of what's left. So you have 1, 2, 3 white cards out of a total of 7. So that's where this fraction comes from here. So when this whole paper, every time you take one of something out, this denominator is always going to go down by 1. So the 8 goes down to a 7. So from here, I go ahead. There's nothing I can use for reducing here, so I'll go ahead and multiply out and get 15 over 56. Now, for this next one over here, you start back fresh with your picture. So like the black card you took out is already back in for the next go round. So it's always going to start out with 8 cards for this section here. So probably you choose a black card. We already knew what that was. It's 5 eighths over here. Now, once again, you're assuming you took one card out, so I'm going to cover that up. Now, the probability you choose another black card, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 black cards left out of a total of 7. You have 4 sevens there. Now, you could just go ahead and multiply out, and you'd have 20 over 56, which you could reduce down at the end. If you want to use a shortcut with the 4 and the 8 here, to make the 8, let's say it would be a 2, the 4 would be a 1. So multiply out here, and you would get 14. Like I said, and when I actually show you the answer key here in a little bit, I won't have done the reducing. I would have actually gone ahead and multiplied out and reduced it again. Either way, it's fine. Let's take a look at some stuff in the next category. So you see you got the each letter of the word bananas written on a card. It's over here. Find each probability if you pick 2 cards without replacing the first. So in years past, my students say, oh, this time we're picking 2 at a time. I'm like, no, you're not picking 2. It says you're going to pick 2 cards without replacing the first. So basically, you're going to pick a card, put it to the side, and try to pick another card. The same thing we did with the first section. So let's check this out in action. Over here, it says the probability we pick a B out of this group. So here you've got 1 B out of a total of 6 cards. So you put down 1 6 and times. Now you're assuming you got that B out of here, so therefore the letter B is gone. And then it says you're going to try to choose an N now. So you have 2 N's out of a total of 5 left. So here you do 2 this. Now this one also you could use the shortcut here with the 2 and the 6. So I'm going to say 2 goes into 2 1 time, 2 goes into 6 3 times. If you're going to multiply, I'll have a 1 for my numerator, and then 3 times 5 for my denominator to get 1/15. You could also just keep it like it was and get 2/30 and reduce down to 1/15 at the end. Let's see, we'll come down and look at this next one over here. So probably I choose the letter N. I have 2 N's out of a total of 6 cards. I'm going to put my 2 6 in. And then times. Now, remember, you're only choosing one card at a time, so just cover up one of these N's here. And so this time it says you're trying to choose a letter A. So you have 1, 2, 3 A's out of a total of 5 left. So put your 3 this down. And now from here, let's see, I could actually use the shortcut with the 3 and the 6. So 3 is in 3 one time, goes into 6. Let's see, that'd be 2 times. Look right here, I got a 2 and a 2 I can use a shortcut with. So this 2 would become a 1. This 2 would become a 1. Look at all that reducing. Look how easy it got from there. So basically what I have now, I'm right over here. My final answer, you get 1. Yeah, there. So here you get the 1 times 1 on top, 1 times 5 on the bottom. Like I said, my answer key will show you what it would look like without doing the reducing part, and assuming you don't do the reducing part. And finally, I'm going to look at this one down here in this section. So probability you choose an N. We already said what that was for this original problem. Excuse me, not the original problem, the problem we just did. It was the probability choosing N was 2 6. Remember, you have 2 N's out of a total of 6. So we'll put down the 2 6 again. Like I said, we're covering up the N because we took one out. So now we're going to choose another N. There's only 5 possible choices. Only one of those is an N. times 1/5. So from here I can reduce down this 2/6 and make that a 1, make that a 3. That's the same thing as saying 1/3. Now multiply out, you get 1/15. That's how you could do this section here. Next section, you've got this bag of marbles. So you've got 2 green, 3 blue, and 4 red. So it says, find each probability if you pick a marble, do not replace it, then pick a second marble. So just like all this stuff we've done so far, we're going to cover up one thing that we're taking out, and then we'll go back in and try to figure out what our second probability is. So look at this first one. Probability you pick a blue. So you've got 3 blue marbles out of a total of 9. So I'll put down my 3 knights. And times, now you're assuming you took a blue marble out, so cover up one of those blues. I'll just cover up this. So now it's saying probably you pick green now. So you have 2 greens out of a total of 8 that's left. So put in your 2 8s. So let's see, I'll reduce this down. I'm going to make this 3 knights 1/3, because you can say 3 goes into both of those. That's 1/3. Reduce this down and make this 1/4, because 2 goes into both of those. So 1/4. So 1 times 1 is 1, 3 times 4 is 12, so here you get 1/12. This is very similar to what we did for these top two. I want to go and find some of these that maybe aren't quite the same as what we did up here. Let's look at one that has the word not in it. So let's come over here and see, you're going to get the probability you're choosing a green marble. So you have 2 greens out of a total of 9. So go ahead and put that down for your first fraction. Now you're assuming you took a green out, so I'm going to cover up a green. Now it says you want something that's not green. So that means anything left that's not green would make you happy. So that's all the reds and all the blues. So from here you can go back in and say 7 choices make you happy. I have a total of 8, so do times 7 eighths. We could use the shortcut here with the 2 and the 8. So 2 goes into 2 1 time, 2 goes into 8 4 times. Same multiply out here, you could have a 7 on top for your numerator, and 9 times 4 is 36 before the denominator. So therefore, that would be a situation where you see the word not coming into place, and that was a little confusing for my students in years past. Now, what I want you to do this time is I want you to pause the video and try some of these other ones that we haven't had a chance to tackle. So we've got 2 left over here, we got a couple, looks like 6 in here, and some down here. And these 2 word problems are the same thing, y'all. It just doesn't necessarily give you a picture set. It may help you to draw a picture. I had students in the past that got stuck on these, and they draw a picture, and just like these over here, they start flying through it once they get the picture drawn. So maybe use that to kind of help you solve these here. Just take a second, pause this, try these on your own, and then we'll talk about what these answers are shortly. Alright, so you have some time to try these problems. Let's go back in and see how you did. I'm going to pop up the answer key here, let you look over what you had a chance to try. If you want to pause this, you can go back in and see which ones you got correct, which ones you got incorrect. So now that you have a copy answer key, go back in. Make sure you feel good about probability without replacement. That's what this whole entire paper was. Remember, each time the denominator went down 1 because you were pulling something out and putting it to the side and not putting it back into the situation when you got your second probability. All right, that's all good the video. See you.